Hello, my name is Aneshia Lewis, and I'm a student in EDM 310 at the University of South Alabama. And today I'll be interviewing Miss Nancy Gilliard, who is currently my EDU 346 teacher. Miss Gilliard, can you just give us your educational background of your teaching career?
I have graduated from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte back in the dark ages, back in 1970. Started teaching in Georgia and taught elementary school, first grade there, and then moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, where I'm from, and continued teaching there for the next 17 years. And then I became an assistant principal at a local elementary school and then became a principal. So I was a principal for about 15 years. And I was a principal of two public Montessori schools as well as a principal for a traditional elementary school. Then I began teaching some at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte as an adjunct professor. I retired from Charlotte-Mecklenburg after 32 years, moved to Mobile, and very fortunately lucked into a position here at the University of South Alabama as an adjunct teacher. And so did adjunct teaching for a couple of years, and then they hired me full-time as a teacher instructor. And I'm currently working on a dissertation to finish my doctorate so I can become a full-time professor and perhaps teach grad students as well.
Okay, and today we're going to be talking about technology as a tool in the classroom, and what is your opinion on it? Are you against it or are you're for it?
Well, of course I'm for it. I just wish I were better at it. And as you well know in our class, I struggle sometimes with technology, and I think it's because I don't use it enough. And clearly that's the issue. So for people who don't like it, I think it's because they're probably nervous about how to use it, afraid of making mistakes when they do use it, and intimidated by it. As a person who grew up with, the chalkboard and the chalk, I still use that, as you well know sometimes, but it's also just a magnificent tool for bringing life into a classroom that could otherwise be very dull and boring. It's replaced textbooks in many cases. So it's very much for it. I just wish I were better at it.
Okay, and can you tell us the differences from when you were teaching the technology in the classroom then and now, how much it's changed?
Well, it's gone from 0 to 1,000. I had none other than an old film strip projector that I used to, manually turn, and that was the children's most exciting thing, was when you would get a film strip and they would want to turn the old projector, which I'm sure you have no clue what I'm talking about, but that's the way it was. The other interesting piece is it's made such a difference with children being able to do research. It used to be you would go to the library downtown, or if you were lucky enough to live in a place that had a university, you could go to the library and you would look up what you wanted to do. You would hand it to somebody, a list of things. They would go, and then 3 or 4 days later, you might get a phone call that said, "We found your things you wanted to see." Now it's a touch of a button.
Right.
And as a student now as well, working on my own stuff, my own research, I mean, I can sit in my office and do in an hour or two what it used to take me 2 or 3 weeks to do. And it gives you guys an opportunity to see what's going on in the rest of the world in terms of teaching, rather than just what I know or what I can say to you.
Okay. Can you give any advice to us future teachers who are kind of straddling if they want to use technology or they they're not really accepting it. Is it, you have any advice for them?
Well, new teachers, I don't think are going to have any problem doing that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're older like I am and you're a new teacher, you will have an issue because you're not used to it. But one of the responsibilities I think I have, and something that's my own personal goal here at USA, is to become more efficient at using technology in the classroom. So as a teacher, I become a role model to you, a future teacher. You need to use all of this. It's going to be very difficult for older teachers who are in the classroom to, turn themselves over to the use of technology. But for you guys who are so young, who are just starting out, you're going to be just fabulous. And the other piece of advice, or the other thing I would say, is that the children have grown up using technology, so they will teach their teachers.
Right.
And that's something teachers need to be open to, is to have the students, okay, you tell me what to do.
Okay.
Which is good.
Well, thank you, Ms.
You're
Gilliard.
welcome. And I'm glad to help you.
Thank you.